Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. I'm laughing because this is the second take that I took. That said GH fans, and if I do add Hollyoaks, then that's just going to be another intro that I'm going to have to sit there and remember what it is before I sit there and hit record. Anyway, this episode, this video is probably not going to be that because it was a lot like yesterday. But I will sit there and tell you the caveat with some of this stuff, though. So, we've seen for the past 3 days, BMD, we've seen for the past 3 days, Hope has done nothing except for act like a selfish, self centered twit. Okay? Acting like the biggest brat in the goddamn world and making it seem like Carter and his feelings, he can go and F himself. Okay? She is all about, you have to protect me, you have to keep my job, I risk my career. I'm still wondering what kind of career does she think that she risked by siding with him, because to be honest, she didn't really have much of a career. Her line was done. But the thing is about women like her is that they don't want to see the truth. They don't want to see the truth. They just want to sit there. They want to be in their feelings. They want to act like it's about them. And she's still sitting there thinking that she had a career. She didn't. She really didn't. And she practically got handed that damn line. It's not like she really worked for it. But whatever. One of the things that was really good, and I wish she would have kept with that energy, is that there was a spark in him. A level of testosterone. I was like, whoa, hold on. God, I had to pause, I had to sit down for a minute. This man was like, he practically said, and this is just whatever, that you was only attracted to me because, pretty much I was useful to you, because I was in a position of power. That's why you was attracted to me. And I sat there, I was like, oh shit. I was like, whoa, that woke me up. Like, wow, good. I'm glad he said that. And honestly, tell you the truth, shout out to Monique for a hot minute. Shout out to one of my members, Monique, because a couple of videos, she said something very similar to what Carter said today. It was all about what he was able to do for her. And now that that is gone, she doesn't have use for him. Now she keeps in it there just saying the same BS, the same nonsense over and over and over again. Any man in a right mind would have called her out, walked off, and practically said, you know what, my life is so much better without her. See, I've only been watching the show for about 4 years, give or take. People have been watching the show longer, and I'm not gonna add to the stereotype of, oh my gosh, she's a Logan and all the Logans are bad. He got Logan eyes. I'm not doing that. I'm not. That's that's just not me. Um, but it is amazing that I guess Stephanie says something very similar. I was watching some old clips, something about Logan women that just make men do very acidine things. And you look at Carter and you're like, bro, you can't sit there and say that she was using you. Hell, even when Carter was pretty much done and he walked out, he's sitting there pouting, in the design office or whatever. He thought about the good time, then he thought about what Daphne said. That, she is using you. She is straight up using you. And you can see the examples. And then Daphne walks in, they talk for a little bit. One of the things that Daphne said, after Carter was like, my heart is broken, and she was like, yeah, and she was like, yeah, because you gave it to the wrong person. Hope is clearly the wrong goddamn person. She had three men. You know, the thing is, so far as I've been watching, she had three men in her life, right? Liam, Thomas, and Carter. At some point, you have to sit there and wonder if it's just you, right? Because the common denominator between all those three men is Hope. So when people come up and they talk about how they're Hope fans and everything like that, I'm Team Hope. I'm like, Hope had three failing ass relationships. And all of them failed because of her. Because of her. Right, I'm starting to sound like a character from Bold and the Beautiful, but like, seriously. Because of her. She cheated on Liam with Thomas. She couldn't commit to Thomas. She used him to sit there and further her career. And then with Carter, oh, you got my line back. Well, it was killing me. It was agonizing, and it messed up my spirits, and um, you know, my conscience. My conscience is bothering me. I don't give a damn about your conscience. That's pretty much what Hope just said, right? You dumped him because he couldn't sit there and do anything for you. That is the truth of the matter. I mean, uh, I'm gonna say something that people aren't gonna like, but it needs to be said. Hope, women like you, y'all just need to sit there and buy a dog and die alone. Okay? Because unless you have a man that you can absolutely control, you can't bother to sit there. You shouldn't be bothered to be in a relationship because it's not for you. Casual hookups and stuff like that, that's all cool and fun in your future. But anything outside of that, nah. No, 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 no. Because you're selfish. And I can go on and on and on. Let's. Oh, and the stuff with Steffi and Fenn was just mostly about the fact that we got to sit there and deal with Brooke. You know, we got to deal with Brooke. But I hope that Brooke doesn't sit there and come between my parents. Funny, you didn't sit there and say that yesterday when Taylor came into the room and after you talked about everything else, and only then you decide, oh, by the way, Brooke is is with Dad right now. Yeah, I think I should tell you that after. You got these two pathetic ass women named Brooke Logan and Taylor Hayes, right? And they're going back and forth, and Taylor's like, you're throwing yourself at Brooke. And saying something along the lines of like, you stoop, I won't be, I'm not too surprised that you stoop so low, or something like that. And I'm like, Taylor, you don't really have much room to judge. Okay? Yeah, I can sit there and call Brooke every name in the goddamn book, but you don't have room to judge. Because for most of the times that I've seen you, you have been nothing more. You played your position as far as being a consolation prize. That's what you are. You are second place. You are the person that when Ridge gets tired of Brooke, he comes towards you. And you take him back every single time. And do you know why? Because you're pathetic. That's why. You're not that much you're not that much better than Brooke. And while they go back and forth, Ridge does nothing but stand there like a goddamn idiot. Stands there like an idiot. That's pretty much what he did for the first what we'll sit there and say 23 minutes. 24 minutes. And then at the end, he says some sort of blase blah blah platitude about how he doesn't want to sit there and hurt other women. And he's happy that he has his children because of these women and blah 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 blah. Listen, if this is how the show The Bachelor is, I don't think I ever want to watch this show. Because long story short, he said that he's going to stick with his commitment and he's going to stick with Taylor. And Brooke goes outside and she starts crying like the pathetic ass woman that she is. And I don't feel bad for her whatsoever. That's the sad part. Okay, let me tell you something for a hot minute. There's times I can be a dick. There's times I can be nice. There's times I can even be sweet. But there's times, right? This is not one of them. And this is not one of them just because I feel like being an asshole. This is just one of them because, I mean, boo, you are pining for a man who has treated you less than. And here's the thing: as much as people don't like Brooke, and I can understand that, damn near no woman deserves to sit and be treated the way that Brooke has by Rich. But you've made this standard. You get treated. Brooke, okay, Rich treats Brooke the way that she allows him to treat her. If you allow somebody to sit there and treat you like garbage, that's what they're gonna do, in a sense. And that's what she's been doing since I've been watching the show, right? And she's willing to move all past that. She's willing to sit there and move past the fact that he treated her like crap. So what do you think you're gonna sit there and get in return from that man? Do you think he's gonna sit there and treat you any better? No. Why should he? Never really gave him a reason. And of course, Taylor plays her position perfectly and hugs him, right? I'm so glad you told me. I feel so grateful. Of course you do. So at the end of the day, they both got exactly what they deserved. Okay? Brooks shouldn't even sit there and feel so bad because in all reality, she's stuck with Rich. Like, she chose Rich. You know, DC says something along the lines of, you know, you gotta always sit there and look how someone treats their ex. Okay? Taylor can't sit there and see past that because, well, she's pathetic. But you were in a room with these two and you saw how Ridge has so little respect. Not just from both of you, but specifically Brooke. I guess you think that you're never going to sit there and get that level of disrespect like Brooke did. Well, then you're an idiot. That is pretty much the general gist of this episode. You know, at some point I'll probably start doing Beyond the Gates reviews again. But B&B is just so. I don't want to sit there and say I got this down to a science to some extent, but it's like 20 minutes. Like, I feel like even if I had a hangover, I could sit there and pretty much do this type of review. And it's fun. I mean, hell, I feel like this is the type of show that I have probably more fun talking about than necessarily watching. Now, I might have missed some stuff. Because, like I said, I didn't really care about when um, Daphne and Daphne and Steffi and Finn was in the room because they didn't really do much of anything. They were just there. But if I missed anything, like I said, shout out to Monique because Carter literally said what she wrote in a sense. So, anything I miss, hopefully I'll be able to do the live stream tonight. Most likely I'm going to do the live stream. I just started off the day first of all, I woke up late because yesterday I was just so damn exhausted. I was so exhausted yesterday that I had to sit there and wanted doing 20 minutes of yesterday's Young and the Restless today. Then something happened that took a hot minute to deal with, so now I'm dealing with this. But yeah, with everything being said, I'm going to sit there and do the live stream tonight. the usual time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I will be talking all about all 5 shows, including this one. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.